Today the video will be about theory crafting. Once again, I wasn't sure if I want to make this one, but now I realize maybe some people would like to watch me talking about this. The video will be divided into two parts. The first one will be me rewatching Investor's video from Brawl Talk, where I will be pointing out some interesting things that I was able to find for myself. I'm sure you already saw most of them if you're active on social media about Brawl Stars. And the second part will be just a little bit of speculation regarding what we saw and things we saw in the past. I will try to make it not very long, but we'll see as it goes. Again, my first time recording something like this. I'll be trying my best, but I'm not sure if I will be able to deliver high quality. Also, one thing I want to point out that in near future I might make the same type of video, but in Russian, and talking about WKBRL stream and STARR stuff in general, starting times when it got noticed by community as a theory, because I haven't seen much content about it in Russian that is going deep in topic, but I'm sure that there are a lot of people who speak in Russian who would like to be a part of this theory crafting, so we'll see. I wanted to mention that if you don't want to see me reacting to the video and pointing out all reference I see in it, you can skip to the time that appears on the screen and you will just see a little bit of my theories and speculation. Now I'm switched to a different setup made specifically for watching videos. Let's start with Investor's video. First interesting thing to point out that this logo of like a red signal Wi-Fi logo appeared on STARR Biz website, but we didn't know what is this for. Now we know that this is a logo for the company that produced the video. If you are quite familiar with old Brawl Stars, like when it just got global, the phrase "no time to explain" is pretty familiar for you. It was a very, how to say it, iconic phrase that Shelly told Colt when the promo "No Time to Explain," which its name started, and now we see the name is "The Time to Explain is Now." So we can realize that the time to reveal the lore of the game is now, and well, that's what we try to do, but this video just gives us more questions. That's a bit of a spoiler. Invest in the future. I'll point out at Mr. P here and Mr. Cactus here, how it's called. I will try to pause less, I'm sorry. There is just so much to cover. Well, of course, we see a reference to Shelly and reference to Colt here. Here we see reference to Bull, to Dynamite, Gale, all kind of Brawl related stuff. I just love this video. It's absolutely amazing. That's a Pam, by the way. I will pause it a bit. If you look closely, you can see Nani's necklace here on hand, so we can tell it's Pam, and if she's fat or if she's pregnant, so we don't know, but well, it's clearly a reference to Pam. No conflicts. Many people pointed out, but here, the person sitting here is really similar to Kairos. He pointed out himself that he doesn't know what he's doing here. Well, we have no idea if he was in this promo, if this is a person who is similar to him, but that's just a pretty cute reference and at the same time pretty spooky reference, because as he said, he didn't film and didn't appear in this video. And also on top you can see the Brawltopia map that JY Jackie designed and Kairos showed, and in his video he got a package with this map saying that it was cancelled.
悪いことなんて何一つ起きませんからね。一度お越しいただければ誰もが病みつきになります。
Just a little pause here. I should mention that there are actually a ton of references. Like, there is too much to cover in my opinion, but I will just say what I find most interesting, and later that will help us think about the lore a bit. Many people saying this is a reference to Jesse, but I don't think so, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just creepy. He is not happy looking at these children and people in general. Well, this whole video is creepy, but this specific part just makes me think that he's pretty mad at kids in general, because as later we will know, their team spent a lot of time working on the park, and well, we will see and I will explain. Poco reference, Gene reference. This song is just so creepy. Okay, this might be a reference to old concept of Gene. If you watched Lex's interview with Paul Chambers, he actually gave us these concepts of old version of Gene, where this was a snowman with a scarf instead of the hand that pulled Brawlers towards. Just a little bit of interesting fact. And here we can see Sprout's sticky note. Again, cute references. There are a ton of Brawl related references. This is a very important thing. So many tears, so much blood. So we can see that, we can understand already that in the process of creating this park, a lot of people were injured and a lot of people suffered, which is pretty much negative, but that's the whole point of this lore. It's very dark, and it will get darker, even more dark the more we discuss, so nothing very unusual. Here we can see how Spike's face was made. Just again a cute reference, and maybe a reference to Tara. Reference to Spike, to Mr. P, to Frank, to Rico, to 8-Bit. This is his arcade minigame. And here's the reference to Nita, obviously with the bear. And it actually reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's a bit, you know, it's kind of similar in a way. This was creepy. Also, I want to point out, I missed one thing that is, again, a reference. If you look close here, you can see Penny's head and hair here. Again, just shows how many references towards Brawl universe is in this video. It's just, everything is like Brawl Stars, but not exactly Brawl Stars. Time for action is now. Okay. Mortis environment. This is just one of my favorite parts of the video. Is this actually? It's so creative and so many effort put in this, all just amazing. We can obviously understand that here we can see a reference to Barley. This robot even has like a third eye in the middle. Again, creepy stuff. Poor man. Okay. Here is actually a lot we can see. Okay, I want to pause here. First of all, this is not normal for children amusement park. This is creepy. Other things are energy drinks, Mr. P's, all that kind of stuff. Actually, if you look closely at these sellers, you can see that they're blinking a Morse code which says danger. And I want to pause it, try to pause it at least in the last second. You can look at teeth of this seller. You can see that they get sharp and creepy, which is a reference to Colette. You can see that because she has the same spiky teeth. Let's continue. This is another part where we can see children with parents going for a very, very poorly working ride. Just remember that there were 4 people. And now, attraction is just breaking. Nothing can be heard from the host here. And when it comes back, there are only children left. Parents are gone. And this girl is referencing towards Nita because she even gets a bear. And this guy wears a hoodie referencing to Leon. This is a really interesting one. A reference to Piper, Big Bumblebee. This is one of the artworks that won on the contest of retro artworks that Brawl Stars were making. Here actually, it's again a very, very cool part of this whole animation, dedicated towards animation. Here we can see a reference to B, BB, Frank, and many people pointed out where the part appears that 4/19 is the date when WKBRL stream started, so it might have something in connection with this, but I personally don't think that it's something important. It's just maybe a reference, maybe just a random number. Oh, and this part is also very important because this is actually the prize that the person got who won the retro artwork contest. Their artwork appeared in this animation, and I think this was the prize, and it's actually really cool. Reference with Colt, it's awesome. Crow, Bo, and Mr. P here. Nothing really unusual, but oh well, let's look at this person in the bottom who just got taken out. That's creepy again. People think this is a reference to Jackie. This is a reference to Carl. There will be a reference to Dynamite, but I don't personally feel like this is important here. We can see that this person gets really, really mad. Pointing out that this alarm sounds a lot like the one that was on the WKBRL stream a few days ago when a crazy old person tried to explain us what's going on. We had the same alarm and the same red color of light that was warning us. Just a bit of a creepy stuff. Well, here we can hear text backwards. I will play it in correct order for you. We will speak about this later when I speak about what I think of this investors video in general and lore and theories, because this is something that, in my opinion, is very important, what that guy was saying in this part. And now we can see that he got replaced with the person who was working in the background, and now this guy is dead. He's tied with the ropes in order not to fall, and the other worker just makes him move a bit, but that's really, really, really creepy. And in the back we can see Boss Robot, a very big robot from all the ticketed events, ticketed pass. In general, just a really creepy vibe of this video. Nothing really special here. We can just see and appreciate all the effort. Mr. Cactus again, that looks absolutely amazingly horrible in a good way. Lastly, fallen Mr. P, who nobody actually cares about. Weird stuff, weird stuff. let's take a better look at the whole Star Park map, and we can see in the main building the gas leak happened. That we got a lot of reference recently about toxins, gases, some problems with it. That's an important thing for lore. Actually, I have a little bit of ideas for now for this, but just interesting to point out that we can clearly see that the park is in a very early building stage. And obviously investors were called because they didn't have enough money to build that all. And the reason why they were building the whole park is pretty obvious, not to entertain children, to do something else. We will talk about, there we can see fire going up, so the whole thing is just creepy. And that's how investors video ended. And we're back to Brawl talk with the creepy faces on those hats. I'm not wearing this hat ever again. It's stained on my wall on that paper model. I'm not taking it on again. Now let's get back to normal setup, and I will talk what I think in general about the whole thing that was happening in recent days and weeks and months. After watching the video, thinking a lot about what the whole theory we are getting to and the whole mystery is about, it's important to know what that guy in the video was saying backwards.
Future! The children control us. We fight in glowing rectangles.
Glowing rectangles are phones, tablets. This pretty much explains the whole point of it. So somehow now all the people are stuck in the mobile game, and we are controlling them by playing them. But how and why and what in general is going on? I'm not a good of a theorist when it comes to just trying to build some very mysterious stuff. Kairos is good at this, I'm not. I would never actually think a few weeks ago that we will actually see them speaking about the park being a place where they do some really trippy and illegal stuff, but right now I understand that this isn't actually the case. The Star Park is a very cruel place, and it clearly was made not to entertain people. It was made in order to experiment on anything. We see a lot of weird stuff in the investors promo, like disappearing people, dying people even, maybe fainting people, not that aggressive. But in general, anything related to Star Park for us right now is a big mystery, not really positive. What I think is going on right now and what we should do in community, I say this phrase I think more than I should. We should keep an eye on the things, because for right now the only thing that might lead us to something new in theories is the whole puzzle piece. I will show it on screen right now. It's still unfinished because some YouTubers don't know that they should share their puzzle pieces, their cards that they got in boxes. I actually didn't get one, so I'm clear I don't have any. And when we finish the whole picture that I tried to redraw, and again you can see it on the screen now, we will try to send it to Webmaster on the email that thanks us for our patience but says that we are not trusted yet. Who is Webmaster? He, in my opinion, is someone who knows what's going on. He knew before us that Star Park is not a normal place, and he was collecting all clues, and he was trying to lead us to the point where we can understand that something is not normal and we should do something. And right now, starting the whole WKBRL finding in summer, we are slowly getting closer to understanding the mystery and resolving it. As we understood, nobody from dev team will help us and give us clues. They are saying that they are completely off this. They explained everything, so only community can develop the theory, and community can develop the theory if they are interested in it. So I would say that if you want to theorize about it, you should join our Discord server. First of all, it's like the best place. There are a lot of people who are sharing their ideas and they're getting reshared and spread out in the community. You can post them on Twitter and tag me or Advertisement Guy. I will put some links in the description of the video so it will be easier for you to find. In short, again, repeating all the stuff that we know by now, that this is just the beginning. And the fact that Brawl Talk was so unexpectedly cool with that investors video that is high quality. All the stuff that is happening with Star Park is extremely high quality. The merch they make, all the advertisements they bought and they produce themselves, it's just incredible. And what it will lead us to, that's a very important question too, I think. Well, it's just in general interesting to know the lore of brawlers and the game in general, and they decided not to make it boring just saying this is a whole theme park and they're in the theme park and they're workers of the theme park and they're entertaining people by brawling and we are playing them la 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 la. That's not interesting, so they decided to go much darker and much deeper with the whole theories and stuff about weird experiments that are being made in Star Park, and we can see that it's actually very interesting to think that time passes so much, and it started with the Star Park, now it's Brawl Stars. Why is it Brawl Stars? What happened to it, and why are these people who are working in Star Park stuck in Brawl Stars now? I actually think that Supercell are the one who invested in Star Park and in 20 or 30 years recreated it in Brawl Stars, but that's just a theory, a Brawl theory. I would like to summarize it all and finish saying that we are onto something, as the first package that was received said. We're really onto something, and we do this just because we like it, and I do it just because I'm curious about it, and just because it's so creative and so original. What it will lead us to, I have no idea. Nobody has idea except dev team who are actually making all these incredible things. What, from my point of view, is important now is to, how to say it, try to follow on all the interesting things that were happening, like live stream that now says this is normal, this is normal, this is normal without stopping, and maybe something will change and you will notice it if you go to it. Maybe go on starpark.biz and find updates with new pictures, maybe some new texts that might be helpful. Try maybe sometimes writing emails to the webmaster, maybe something that he will say to you. And in general, keep on brawling and continue with the theories. That's actually very interesting, and the fact that I'm recording this video is really unexpected to me personally, because I think I would never expect myself to be a part of it, but it just happened, and I'm happy that I'm doing this all. Lastly, have a great day. Tell me in comments if this video was too boring, too long. I will make some adjustments in the future. That was just my first real attempt to record a video, not unboxing something, but just talking and speculating. Thanks for watching. See you next time.